I'm here with Akeb from Light Pong. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I must say that you really have the marketing part really down because you have the hoodie. I know you guys can't see, but the shoes literally match the hoodie color, so you are doing it big. How are you doing today? How do you think the competition was?
Good. I mean, we had some stiff competition, and I think everyone that presented was amazing. So I'm curious to see what the judges think. I mean, ultimately, it's going to come down to perspective and take. And the panel of judges is a mixed group of like people from a beer company, attorneys, investors. So let's see how it goes. I do feel like the audience certainly responded really well.
Yeah.
And a lot of people came up to me and engaged with me after, wanted information, had feedback, thoughts, and that shows some, at least external traction with the audience, like it resonated with them.
Yeah.
And from that perspective, I felt like it was pretty successful. Now the big question is what the audience think, what the judges think.
Yeah, the judges. Okay, well, yeah, I 100% agree. I thought you did a really great job.
Thank you.
It's a really fun thing,
Right.
And you think when it comes to tech, it doesn't always have to be fun, but this is a fun game. So how did this come about for you?
How did the Summerfest event come about?
Well, the game, like you making like.
Gotcha. So actually, Light Pong was created by somebody else. I happened to be at a party. I saw one of the first earliest prototypes of it, and I was like, this thing is amazing. So it took me about 4 years, but I ended up acquiring all the intellectual property behind it. And I figured like, okay, I can make this, make 100,000 of these, 150,000 of these around the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And that's where I started.
I think that's really important too, because you were a consumer first,
Right.
You just saw it. What was it about the Light Pong that you saw? Or was it called Light Pong?
Yeah.
What was it when you saw it where you're like, I have a vision for this?
I was at a party and that was organic traction. And I'm gonna backtrack for a second. My previous businesses have been VR businesses, AR businesses, extremely future technology businesses, where I was looked at as the innovation consultant for a lot of these big companies like Nike, Adidas, Progressive Insurance. And they would come to me and my team and say, what can you guys do that nobody has ever done before, right? And this required a ton of education. It meant that I had to explain to them what VR was, I had to explain to them what AR was, I had to explain to them what machine learning is. And with Light Pong, having come from this background of educating before selling, with Light Pong, I really loved that it was so simple that you didn't need to educate anybody about it. People saw it and they could instantly decide if they liked it or didn't like it. It wasn't lukewarm, it was a very direct response, and for the most part it was positive, right?
Yeah.
So when I first saw the project, I was at a party and everybody at this party, it was a gamer party, was crowding around the item. And said, I want to play.
Wow.
Where can I buy one? Can I pre-order one? Can I buy this product right off of you? And that's where I saw the opportunity. I was like, people get it, they see it instantly, and they want it. And that desire is hard to create in people because we've seen everything. We're sophisticated humans for the most part. There's no more magic left in our world, right? And Light Pong is type of one of those ideas that to me is a once in a lifetime idea where people see it and they're like, whoa, like I haven't seen anything like that before. I want to participate. And this is something that we can use as a very, very good hook, icebreaker that can be used to like get people involved.
Yeah. I think it's really special too because most people now are on their phones all the time. They're
so
just watching a screen. People don't really play games as often as they used to. So for people to see you with the Light Pong and they're immediately intrigued, like, oh, I want to play. You know you've got something good.
Yeah.
So,
it really strikes a chord with people.
Yeah.
And I mean, the social media metrics prove themselves, right? We've got about 50 million views on TikTok and Instagram, and the numbers just keep going up. I mean, it's been my dream to be viral for many, many years, and it's been my dream to be in like publications like Mashable, Gizmodo, Yahoo Finance, and I've really strived hard in previous businesses to do all this stuff. But with Light Pong, I did the least amount of work to get on this stuff, and that means that the idea is resonating with the masses. People see something that they haven't seen before. It resonates with them.
Yeah. Do you have an ideal consumer? I know it's kind of like a family-friendly game, but is there anyone you're specifically targeting?
I mean, I'm specifically targeting people that will buy. You know?
Makes sense.
And from our consumer data, we've seen that for the most part, people that are buying are between the ages of 25 to 44.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought
which is
it'd be
strange,
younger.
right? So it could be that it's because, for the most part, we've only sold through Kickstarter so far. And Kickstarter skews a little bit older. People are more willing to take risks, you know, because
Right.
Kickstarter is a risky platform. But I'm pretty sure, based on just the in-person interactions that I have, it's not the millennials, the 25 to 44-year-olds that resonate. It's actually the Gen Xers, the Gen Zers that are more like, oh, I want this, and they want to participate, and they're immediately into it.
Yeah.
So even today after the competition, I was like hounded. Aisha and I were hounded by like 50 of the Gen Zers,
Yeah.
and they were all around. They wanted to play. They wanted stickers, and they were like, "Oh, can I get more stickers to give my friends?"
What?
You know. So there is something to be said about that.
Yeah.
And I think in the future we'll probably see it skew younger.
Mhm.
I mean, you know, even with our branding, with the purple and the pink, this is very, very
Right.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems a lot younger.
Right.
Would you want it to be in retail stores at all eventually?
Um,
Or what do you see the future for?
You know, we're a consumer brand, and my future, regardless of how we end up, whether it's at retail, whether it's direct to consumer, which are both angles that we're pursuing, ultimately what I want and desire is for someone in Finland to say, oh, let's play Light Pong, and the other person doesn't have to say, or what is Light Pong, right? It should just be a recognizable thing that people have, and we're there. We're on the journey there. I mean, we've only been publicly launched for a year. We've got a ton of traction in that realm, globally and nationally, and so I think within the next 3 to 5 years, people are going to know what Light Pong is and not have to ask what Light Pong is.
Yeah.
The education is going to do itself.
Yeah. So what would the prize money, do to help you guys out at Light Pong?
Yeah.
A lot
It's
on the line.
significant. You know, the one thing that I will say about the competition is that everybody in the competition seemed to have raised more money and didn't need it as much as we did. That's a assumption, not a end-all be-all statement. So for us, $25,000 gets us a long way. So our minimum order quantities for our manufacturer are 3,000 units, right?
Okay.
We did a Kickstarter raise, and the Kickstarter raise got us paid for 1,500 units. So the money that we're raising now lets us meet our minimum order quantity to deliver the project, and that's important for us, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, because you have to
A
get it
lot
out
on
to
the
the
line.
people.
Exactly.
So where can people get your Light Pong right now? If they
So
want it?
right now, Light Pong is available pre-order. You can pre-order on our website, and that will be delivered this fall.
Okay,
Yeah.
the website will be?
Yeah, the website and Kickstarter orders, all ordered. We're going to be manufacturing in a batch. So
Okay.
everything's going to go at once. The cool thing though is if you get in on one of this is not something that I talk about publicly, so you got some VIP behind the scenes information here, is that the first batch that we produce is going to be limited edition controllers.
Okay.
So the colors are going to be different, the materials are going to be different, and we're never going to produce those again. So if you get in early, you get in on the pre-orders, you
Right.
get something before anybody else, and you
Yeah.
can brag about it and say, oh, I was
One
early
of the first
in on
ones.
this project.
Definitely, because if this gets as big as like Nintendo
Yeah.
and someone has a limited edition,
Yeah.
you
And
gotta
that's going to be
hop on
only
it.
the first 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you
I
so much for
appreciate it.
being here.
Yeah.
And good luck to you.
I appreciate your vibe. You're a great host.
Thank you so
Thanks
much. Light
Cheers.
Pong.
Yep.